Good afternoon, good evening, and good morrow, everybody. My name's Brant, also known as Moose, and this is the Moosecast for the week of December 17th, 2017. I'm joined today by my good buddy Austin, who might as well just be my co-host because he seems to be the only one who will show up to this nonsense. Hi, Austin.
Hello.
Yeah,
How's it going?
it's going. So since it's the month of happiness and cheer, why don't we talk about a game that brings us the most happiness and cheer?
Yeah, let's do that.
Dota 2. So I really wanted to discuss this with a few other people, but otherwise we can probably discuss it at a later time. Um, so
This is
uh,
true.
recently, not recently. How long ago was Dueling Fates released? That was
I don't know.
last
What?
month,
Yeah, a
last
month.
month or two ago. Dueling Fates introduced two new heroes. The Pangolier, which is the we used to call him Armadillo Sam. I think that was what we called him, and then Dark Willow, which I think I called Fairy Bitch. Um, Two new heroes, broken in their own respects. Um, I think it's more or less we just still don't know how to like fight against them slash fight with them.
Dark Willow's definitely come easier to deal with though.
You know what's weird? I'm looking at the Dueling Fates patch notes, and Pangolier has like that little how difficult the hero is. Pangolier
Oh yeah.
has a 1, and then she has a 2, and I feel like she's easier than Pango personally.
I don't feel like either of them are extremely difficult.
Yeah, I feel like they should at least both be a 1. I haven't really had any issues in terms of playing either of them. Pango, every now and then I fail miserably at rolling into not walls. Um,
Pinball machine?
yeah, pretty much. Um, which one's your favorite out of the two?
Probably Pangolier.
Yeah, I would definitely say Pangolier. Pangolier seems to be the most fun.
I like his design. I think
Yeah,
he looks cool.
I also like his design. I think he's probably because everybody kind of knew that the fairy chick was going to show up.
Hmm.
Because there was that hinting in the one patch notes for the patch before this.
Oh, that's right. It was like
It was
they
like
found like
Sylph, like
texts and stuff for her.
yeah, and so we were kind of expecting her, but then they were like, hey, here's a second hero for you. Um, and Pangolier, like, he's really fun. Um, I actually I like messing around with some of the stuff that he does because you don't expect him to be. Um, I don't know, maybe not versatile is the word, but I feel like he could go anywhere almost.
Well,
Um,
yeah, was Mentok was like, oh, he's a mid hero.
well, I don't know if Mentok actually believes he's a mid hero, or if he's just saying that to be an asshole. Mentok, if you're listening, you're an asshole. Um, just kidding. But no, I feel like he could be a hard carry. He could be an off laner, or he could maybe be a middle. Um, I I've yet to see him in like a jungle
I
sense.
I
I feel like
definitely
jungling would be kind of weird.
I feel like he has to have another like hard carry on the team though.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't
he's
think he can carry by himself
he's a
at
lot
all.
he's a lot better. Like he basically like sets up kills. I feel, he's an initiator because he's got the role.
Yeah.
Um, so like if somebody scouts out like two or three people, just fucking roll in, stun them all, and then you can do the extra damage with the Q,
The
which
swashbuckle.
yeah, swashbuckle. The name escaped me for a second, and then just fucking do the shield crash, um, which I think is a fucking phenomenal move. I feel
Do you
like
like
that
it
move.
more now that like he jumps forward with it, or did you like it before where he was like stay in place?
I didn't get many tries to, because obviously he was newer and everybody was playing him except for me. Um,
Yeah,
but when he stayed in place, it was a lot easier to kind of, I don't know,
control it.
control it. Because like right now, you basically have to be like, all right, so you have to know where you're gonna end up, which
Mm.
it takes a little bit of getting used to. Same with the Q. He's a very mobile
Yeah,
hero,
it is.
and sometimes it's so hard getting used to the Q sometimes because that vector targeting thing is like sometimes you don't know where you're gonna end up.
Yeah.
Because it seems kind of hard to judge sometimes. I've kind of gotten used to it. I do like when I do the vector thing, I barely aim it, and this is no joke. It's literally like what I'll do is I'll click where I want it to go, and
Mm.
then I'll quickly like move my mouse in whatever direction I want it to aim.
Yeah.
So like I do like a little flick thing, and then normally I want to say 90% of the time it will point where I want it to. And then there's that 10% of the time where I'm just like, where the fuck am I aiming? And then people look at me like I'm some sort of jackass, which I am. But I feel like, you got to really like kind of be quick with that kind of thing. Um
Oh yeah, especially like if there's a big team fight or something going on.
yeah, cuz if you can get a few people in a row that, with the piercing, you know, with the piercing shit on him, it's
With his
oof.
no break ability that
Oh,
everybody thought he was going to have.
yeah, it's oof. He's
Surprise, Viper got it instead.
hey, Viper's fantastic, and I still have a fantastic win rate with him. Well, okay, it's 56, but whatever.
Dude, that
56%.
as long as it's more than 51%, you're good.
Are you commenting on the game that we had last night?
Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. No, we had
Maybe just a little bit.
perhaps one of the most toxic invoker players.
I just love how he's like, if your win rate's below 51%, you're just pathetic.
And then what was his win rate?
Like 42. It's just like, okay.
And no offense against mid players. If you play mid, you're probably an asshole at one point or another. Because you're either that guy that's like, hey, I need 2 tangos, please. Or you're that guy that's like, I don't gank. Which we've seen a lot lately.
It's not my job to get.
It's not my job to get like no. That's exactly why you're in the middle. You can go either top or you can go bottom to gank.
You help your lanes out if they need it,
You
which we did that game.
Yeah.
And he's just like, nah, I don't do that.
You grab the rune if the rune is good for ganking, especially go and gank. Like if you get a haste or an invis rune, just fucking gank. If you get a illusion rune, then you might as well die. But because that's never a rune that's like insanely good for ganking. I mean, you can kind of catch people off guard, or just send the illusions, top or bottom lane, make them think like you're ganking, and then you don't even have to gank. You can just take some pressure off of the
I
lanes.
use illusion runes to deny bounty runes. That's the only thing I ever do.
That's always funny when you just I hear that you get an illusion rune and then you just see like the illusion making its way towards the bounty rune spots on the enemy side and it just denies it. That's a favorite thing of mine to do on occasion. So yeah, Dueling Fates. Also, we have Dark Willow. How many games have you played with Dark Willow? Has it been many?
8.
8 games?
Right now, I played 8 games with Dark Willow.
I think I've played very few with Dark Willow. In fact,
oh
my god,
with Pangolier.
I have played 1 game with Dark Willow.
Did you win it though?
No, God no. With Pango, I think I have a lot more games on. Pangolier, I'm at a 75% win rate. I've played 4 games with, which I think I've gotten kind of the hang of taking him off lane.
That's normally where I would go.
Yeah, if you're feeling confident, I guess go safe lane, but it's mainly.
You think he would be a good
offlane.
roamer?
I think so too. Yeah, if you had the right setup, like if you had like maybe a Tide Hunter off lane or something, you could just pick up a couple levels, get him in the Q and the W, and then just go to a lane and come out of nowhere. Especially when you hit 6, just roll in to other lanes, and they can't really do anything to you, especially at lower levels. But yeah, I haven't played many games with Dark Willow, but I've seen her played a lot. What the fuck is she? Like,
well, she's supposed to be a support, according to the actual Dota page for her. It's like, oh, she's a support.
But
literally nobody
plays her support, and it's crazy because one of the things with her that I've seen is like she does so much damage. She can do so much. She's got that
the Shadow Realm ability.
Shadow Realm is so dumb.
It's so strong, and the range for it is.
She's invincible.
Huge. And
she does a shit ton of damage. And then she has her offensive ult. Which, what is that one called? I forget. I can't even remember.
Bedlam.
Bedlam.
Like
I would have remembered that.
I'm looking at it right now. That's
okay.
Fine.
That's what I know. Yeah. But she has that, and again, that does so much damage.
So you could just pop that and go in Shadow Realm.
Pop that Shadow Realm, and then you're doing a shit ton of damage. And
then just blow them up with the Shadow Realm when that's maxed out.
You let Bedlam do most of the damage, and then once that's up, you have Shadow Realm to take out. You can take out supports like crazy.
The Bramble Maze.
And the Bramble Maze. They can't run away from you. The stun. They can't run away from you.
Bramble Maze... I think it lasts a little too long.
I think so too. It has
because even if nobody's running into it, it still sits on the map for way too long.
I think I forget what the duration is, but it feels like almost 10 seconds.
Placement duration is 15 seconds.
15 fucking seconds for people you can make it through it.
Oh yeah, you could even if you're just using it to zone people out, that's 15 seconds where people are well, I don't want to walk through all this bramble.
Yeah, I feel like either the duration has to be decreased or the pattern of which the brambles show up has to be reconfigured.
What if it was random? As far as the placement for the bramble is.
That might be cool. Yeah, no, I see that. It might be kind of hard to figure out where everything goes, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I guess it could totally be in your favor, or it could just have an entire middle part missing brambles, so people could just walk through them. I
feel like that would be a good balance for the whole 15 seconds of it.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I could see that. She seems very in the hands of somebody who's a carry, she's broken.
Too strong.
Other than that, there was a lot of other things added in Dueling Fates. A lot of stuff that was kind of interesting. I like how
Meteor Hammer.
All right. I'll talk about Meteor Hammer a little bit. Fuck turbo mode. Nobody wants to play that. It's more toxic than regular gaming. And they say, "Oh yeah, bring in your new friends." No, don't do that.
Yeah, right. That literally doesn't give you a feel for the game at all.
There was a lot of changes to heroes, which was very interesting, because they added a lot more I like that they added more talents related to heroes like abilities.
Oh yeah,
Rather than just like, oh yeah, you get a better respawn timer
generic. Yeah.
or you have better mana regen. It's
Remember respawn time talents? Those were a thing once.
somebody still has one.
Do they?
Yeah,
I thought they took all of them out.
hang on, respawn. There's somebody who still has one. I remember seeing it the other day.
Well, I clearly don't play this hero then, because I don't remember this at all. Are you sure? Are you super sure about
I'm
that?
pretty sure. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. It was a different kind of respawn. It's for treants. He's
Okay.
the 3 second tree respawn time. Trees always respawn in 3 seconds, which is actually that's kind of cool. But yeah, I guess I'm glad that they kind of took that out.
I think it was techies had like almost like a minute you could have taken off. I think at level 25.
Yeah, what the
Or
fuck?
something like that.
And they wanted to increase like the length of games, and then they give techies an ability to increase the length of games. But yeah, and then they just kept adding stuff like the reworks on some of the heroes. How about that Wraith King?
What about him?
I actually really love the skeletons, as silly as they are. Because it does.
I love how they just do their own thing.
Yeah, I kind of, as much as it's kind of like an unreliable way to farm the jungle, if you're late game and you're like farming, one, you have an automatic crit. Well, not an automatic crit, but like a random crit that will automatically kill a creep.
Yeah.
And those charges towards the skeletons will just roam throughout the jungle. And you can farm like very minimally, but you can still farm.
Just like walk through the jungle and like let them loose and just let them farm the jungle for you and go
Yeah,
do whatever.
and then yeah, it's a very efficient way, so you don't have to get like a crazy farming item. Because a lot of people get like Deso on Wraith King, or they'll get like a something to have more crit. And then there's Morphling.
I've played one game with him since the change.
I have not played with him yet.
And we had a Pudge on our team, so I just turned into Pudge.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I like that. I like that a lot. Because I mean, he's Morphling. He's supposed to transform technically. And it's cool that they added that. It's kind of like a silly, almost a Rubik kind of thing with him.
I definitely like the alt more now.
Yeah, same.
Like, I've only played like a few games with Morphling.
Yeah.
But whenever I would play, I like almost never used his alt.
Same. I mean, I guess we're
I
not.
know it's bad to do that, but like I just never used it.
I mean, I guess we're like 2K plebs, but
Scrubs.
Yeah, we're scrubs with bad win rates. But like, yeah, that ult was just kind of, it was there, I didn't really use it at all. What other changes did we have to heroes? Did we have anything else crazy?
Bane can hit nightmared people.
That's pretty cool.
That was a thing.
I feel like he should have always had that,
Yeah. It makes sense.
It just makes too much sense.
I'm trying to think of other changes.
I think that's pretty much it.
Techie's got that extra 1 damage at 25.
They're just fucking around with that. But the mind movement speed, though.
The mind. Stan keeps trying to do this thing.
Yeah.
He blows up the ancient, and it never works.
I'm sure people have seen the Dota What the Fuck, where it was like 25 mines or something like that, and then they just send him into
Every time
the
he
ancient.
does it, they find him in the trees. all explode.
That was like a really lucky situation. Um, but yeah, I kind of like the patch. There's some things that I don't like. I don't like that they took out Iron Talon. I'm kind of upset with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care. Poor man shield is whatever.
Poor man shield. I mean, people are now getting two stout shields instead.
But people like me who have a hard time jungling
Yeah.
with certain heroes
Um,
kind of miss the Iron Talon.
I feel like what they could have done instead of just getting rid of it entirely was take either one of the new items or something and just incorporate that into the recipe or like for building the new item or something.
They could have even put it into like Battle Fury or something like
That
that.
could have been cool too cuz like Battle Fury uses what
Still uses the Quelling Blade.
the
So
quelling
like,
blade, yeah. I mean,
kind of would have made sense, I guess.
that would increase the price. What goes into Battle Fury now? It's you still get
So
the perseverance.
What is that item called? Demon Edge. So
Oh, Demon Edge, yeah, and then Quelling Blade. Um, which I don't know. I feel like they should have left it in. Because yeah, like if you're in the off lane and your off lane fucking sucks, like what do you do? You gotta wait until like level 3 or 4 before you can even farm the creeps without losing all of your health. Um, which is kind of garbage. Um, but yeah, PMS getting rid of that was, I feel like it was kind of a good thing. People are still working their way around it by getting two stout shields because the percentage chance to block attacks increases ever so slightly, so you can get that 75% block chance. How do you feel about this patch? Do you enjoy it? Has it been?
at first it was hard to adjust to it,
I
but
feel
I think I've gotten it's more used to it now. So
yeah. I also feel that.
'cause we were losing a lot of games when this patch first
Oh yeah. Oh
dropped.
my god, it was awful. I remember like because normally we play as either like a 3 to 5 stack.
Mm,
We don't really solo. Uh, but it was just we would play as a team, and for some fucking reason, they would just devastate us, just destroy us.
everyone we would play against already knew like the secrets to the patch. And we're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and I was a little bit late even to the patch because I was moving at the time.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And I wasn't able to play, so I just watched you guys. And even while watching you guys lost a lot more games than I was expecting. And I guess these other people were just, getting used to it a lot quicker than we were. Because I just remember like there was one day where I played like 6 games and lost all 6, and it was awful. Uh, and I was wondering like I was switching up my positions and stuff. I was going off lane. I was going support. I was carry maybe like one of the games, and just it was all bad.
Yeah,
It was awful.
I think one of the worst things from this patch is the side shop.
Yeah, they nerfed the side shop like
It's
crazy.
kind of useless now. Like you get boots and TP scrolls, and it's like what you're mostly using it for. At least for me now.
Yeah, same. I guess you could still get like you can kind of upgrade your boots there. Some boots you can upgrade the arcane boots, and you can upgrade to power treads, but you can't get phase boots, which is kind of weird to me. Um,
Yeah,
phase boots you can't get from the side shop anymore, because they took out the whatchamacallits, uh,
yeah, the blades or
the
whatever.
blades of attack. Uh, they took those out.
You can't get tranquils there either anymore because they took the ring of regen
Yeah,
out.
and you can't take, and that makes me wonder, like, why? Um, why are you
Yeah,
still able to get the arcane boots there and power treads there, but you can't get the other ones there. And I don't know if it was a balancing thing for heroes that normally get like phase boots or heroes that normally get
I'm sure it was something
tranquils.
along those lines.
But like at the same time, just it. I don't see why there was any problem. I really don't like.
Yeah,
I
I mean, I agree with you.
yeah. I don't know that anything would be much different if those were still available, other than the fact that I would be less pissed off about
Because that still happens where like we're playing games and someone will be in the side chat like, "Oh, you can't get this here."
Yeah, exactly, because we're so not used to it. Um,
I think
and
Chris did that the other day. I forget what he was trying to buy, but he was like, "What? You can't get this item here?" I was like,
yeah,
"Nope."
no. Um, which, it's, come on, don't nerf the side shop. Come on, might as well just get rid of it at this point. Like, I
Just
guess,
make a turbo mode where you can get items anywhere you are.
yeah, whatever. Who cares? Make it League of Legends. No, don't do that, please. Um, so yeah, I feel I've started enjoying this patch more. I feel like there's more of a hero pool that we can take from than the last patch. Personally, I feel like, I mean, obviously anti-mage is broken right now. And PA is still
Buff
broken.
that PA.
Stop buffing PA. I know you want to see her in pro games, but Jesus Christ, it makes pub games not fun all the time. Because as soon as she gets one item, and that's Deso, you lost.
Yeah, it's the same for a few heroes.
And people have been going like, oh, Shadow Fiend is another one.
CK
CK is another
gets
one.
an armlet and you're basically done.
Yeah. As long as they know the basic
'Cause they can get, just
armlet
crit you
stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's
and you
the
die in
crits.
like 3 shots.
I feel like the crits are the things that need to be nerfed or make them easier to kill. Because PA, fuck that bitch. Like, come on. And then CK, like,
The buff to PA wouldn't have been as bad if they didn't take away the one item that could deal with it.
yeah. What is the deal with that?
They
Why?
took like, for whatever reason, they took the True Strike away from Monkey King Bar, and that was the only item that had that.
Why? Just why? It was the one thing that you could get and be like, hey, fuck you, PA.
Yeah, now it's just like a chance to do pure damage, I think.
Pure damage, yeah. Just like why do that? Come on, Ice Frog. Jeez.
I don't know. I don't get it.
I guess we're in such a low tier bracket that fuck us, I guess. But
still though, like it makes sense to have one item that has True Striking.
exactly. And that's an expensive item too. So it wouldn't be like you could get it early game or anything. You could just, get it late game and have a shot. But once it gets to late game with her,
I don't know. I know Ember Spirit has a talent for True Strike, but other than that, I don't remember if there's any other way to have it.
I think it might just be the Ember, honestly. And she just sucks. She sucks to fight against. Like all the heroes that used to be bad, like, are still bad. The only one that I haven't had an issue with is like Slark now. Slark actually isn't terrible anymore.
I think you're in that game. Maybe, I don't remember, but me and Andrew just shut down a Slark.
It's like he used to be so broken, and then something happened where he's not as terrible anymore. He can still get crazy, but that's if you feed him kills. Yeah. So but with PA, she could be 0-5, and then all of a sudden, she gets Desolator and she's, 20-5. Like it.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of PA. But again, we are only pub players, and we're
I guess that's just what makes her a carry.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, so Dota, we love this game, don't we, Austin?
Oh, yes.
We always make jokes that we're gonna quit this game, but we never do. We'll stop for maybe like a few days when like a new game comes out. I know when Fractured But Whole came out, I stopped playing Dota as much. There was also a few days where I was playing Golden Sun, and people were like Dota, and I was like, eh.
We were
But
doing Payday 2 for a while.
yeah, Payday 2, that was another one, which that podcast is hopefully coming next week. We'll have to play some more of the DLC in order to do that. But Dota, we keep coming back to like it's a crack addiction, and I feel like it is.
Oh yeah, I mean, they always add new treasures, new events, and battle passes.
That's how
And
they get you. That's
it's like,
literally
oh,
how
well, I
they get
gotta
you.
check this out. You know, like, oh wow, look at all this stuff now. Oh wow, oh, I still hate this game, but oh, it's cool.
Wow, it's cool. This looks really neat. I'll never play this hero, but God, that looks cool. Because that's what we do. It has its moments where it's really fun, especially when we're playing like as a team.
Mm,
Um,
doesn't happen very often, but
but when we do,
it's there.
or when something silly happens, or when we're making fun of somebody because they're like way too toxic or something, like that's always fun. Um, but when did you start Dota? When did you officially start playing Dota?
Let me look.
Because I think I was.
Well, it was whenever I met you guys, because Tom introduced me.
Tom also introduced me, so I blame him for everything. I know. I'm pretty sure mine was.
Oh wait, I can just look in Dota. Why don't I just look at the client?
Mine was 2015, I believe.
February 12th, 2015.
Yeah, I think mine was slightly after that. I think it was March or something like that. I can't remember. Actually, let's look at my Dota buff. It might even be on Dota buff. No, does it not say? It must.
I'm one win away from 2,500. Oh my
Wow.
god. I have to win one more.
Yeah, just I started in 2015. I think I started after Austin, or before. But I remember there was a time period when like my computer couldn't handle it, and that's why I'm like so far behind on hours compared to you guys. Because I had just a laptop and I played it on my laptop, and eventually I got like a decent computer to where I could play Dota, and then I got back into it.
I played it on a Mac for a while.
Yeah, I remember that. And every now and then it would crash, wouldn't it? Like, or it would do something silly.
I don't remember. Probably though.
Yeah, but I just remember like, oh, Austin's playing on that Mac. But yeah, so it's a game. It's not the most fun.
It's free to play.
It is free to play
until you invest money in it.
Until you invest money and time, and then you realize, oh god, I've just played 6 matches and it's already like 3 a.m.
And then all of a sudden you've put 3,000 hours into this game.
What's your? Feel free to not say it.
Steam tells me that I have 2,873 hours in this game.
Yeah, I think I have. I think I have like 1,600 or something like that. But yeah, I'm currently with a 50.15% win rate altogether. So I guess in terms of wins and losses, this game is balanced, but you know, just fucking PA, you know. But yeah, so Dueling Fates, I feel like it's been fun to play. I would say the ranking system's a little bit weird now.
Yeah, the matchmaking is also, I feel like it's a little more wonky.
I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, because I don't know if they're basing games off of like the new ranking system. Um,
Because like you'll literally see like some of like the lower ranks matched up with like 2 or 3 like whole ranks above you,
yeah,
and it
and
doesn't make any sense why
it,
they're there.
I feel like they need to work on like how the medals are. I don't know how they would. Um, but it just seems like there's a lot of games where it's either completely one-sided or it's like I don't know. It just seems a little bit off to me. I guess I'm not one to talk because I'm garbage at this game. Um, but at the same time, I'm like, geez, like it's there's just some games where I'm like, how the fuck did we get matched like this?
Yeah, we always get like, well, not always, I guess, but like we always seem to get in the games where like we're just like when we lose, we really lose.
Yeah,
Like we get decimated by
it
these people.
it's never like a loss by like a short margin. I mean, we've had those games um that are like an hour long,
Mm,
and
yeah.
it's like back and forth and back and forth. But then there's just those games where it's like 40-10 on the kills, and they've gotten all of our towers, and we haven't even gotten a single one, or vice versa. We've had games where we've just absolutely destroyed, and we're like, how did we get matched up like this? Like, sure, it feels good to win those games, but at the same time, you're like, what the fuck, Dota? Like,
Yeah, because we've definitely been on like the other side of that, so like we know how it feels to like
absolutely
have,
get destroyed.
have matchmaking screw us like that.
Yeah, and I would say Austin and I we play with some decent people at this game, and by decent I mean like if they put time and effort into it, they could like beat semi-pro or something. Um, and if they
Probably.
were and if they actually worked as a team, they could also do that. But but we won't talk about that. So I feel like we end up getting matched with like some pretty difficult people, and I
We're
feel like
definitely used to like higher skill brackets than what we're at.
and that's crazy to think because I don't know if it's
Because
I,
then we go into like solo games, like when this whole new rank thing came out,
and
where it's like, what the
everybody's
fuck is
so
going on?
dumb. Everybody's so dumb, and I don't know if it's we're just so used to like these good, other people who are like ranked higher than us, or if like something's with our rank that's weird that we're like higher than we actually seem to be. And I don't know. I don't want to make it seem like we're actually good. Um, but some games it feels like God, I've seen games where you carry,
Mhm.
and you do really well. Or I've had games where I carry and I do decently well. And we're still playing with like, Tom, we're still playing with, Stan, we're still playing with all those people who are ranked higher than us, and we're still like carrying.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, like, is the ranked weird? Or is it that we're so used to playing at this high skill level that when we're by ourselves, we're just playing with a bunch of jackasses that don't know what they're doing? Um,
I think it's more so I think it's just we're more used to because we always play in parties when we play. So I feel like we're just used to these higher skill level
yeah.
of players.
I mean, sometimes we do stupid stuff anyway.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
there's plenty of times, and that brings me back to the meteor hammer thing. So
Chris's support Luna.
yes, Chris's support Luna, also the support Legion commander that we had once.
Oh, yeah.
um, let's see, what else have we had play support? We've had some pretty silly stuff, and it's fun to mess around with that kind of thing. Every now and then when I get on Dota, I just want to have fun. I don't really care about winning. So sometimes I'll do something silly. But what I've been recently doing, and I know Mark hates me for it. Mark hates me for trying these new builds that are kind of weird.
Like your support quap.
I just want to say, so I follow this guy on YouTube that makes guides, and he is a few K ahead of me. Um, and you can tell that he's good. He does have like a decently high rank. I forget what ranking medal he has right now. Um, but he has these YouTube videos called "The Only Way to Play Blank," like whatever hero and everything.
Oh, I think I've seen those.
And last patch, right before Dueling Fates showed up, he tried to do a video every 6 hours on a new build for a hero before the patch. Like, he was just trying to make the patch come quicker. And he had this build for support Quap, which Quap would go off lane and roam. It's not really support Quap, it's roaming Quap. One, because you get the blink and you have a slow and you have a decent amount of damage. You're basically a glass cannon. Even at early levels, you can pretty much gank anywhere. And Mark doesn't like it. Mark hates it. I have a really good win rate with that build, though. Like, an absurdly good win rate with that build. I've had, I forget how many games even. Because I've only played Quap pretty much support. I'm gonna go to the actual Quap. Let me see. Control F. Queen. All right, Queen of Pain. I have a 60% win rate. I've played 10 games of support Quap. That's not bad. I think maybe one of these might have been
like normal mid quap.
Normal mid quap, because I either randomed her or I was like, fuck it, I'll go mid. Because I've had good mid games as well. But like recently, there was only one game out of like 5 that I played where I lost with supporting his quap. Because you just get blade mail, and you end up having a decent amount of armor / int, and then you just go in and you gank. That's the whole basis around it. Mark doesn't like that.
Well, it's not Quap's job to gank.
Damn, dude. And then he posted this video for The Only Way to Play Batrider, which I'm sure you've seen lately. I've been playing Batrider games.
Yes.
I used to never play Batrider. I would never touch him because I was like, dude, there's just so much that you got to worry about. Just in terms of like, flying and stuff. And he didn't seem like he was very in the meta, and he still doesn't. Like I remember at one point he was at like TI a few times, but then he kind of hasn't been picked. But apparently they're picking him again. And I like to get Meteor Hammer on him. Because normally he can't push by himself. He doesn't do very much damage to towers. He can do a decent amount of damage to heroes if he stacks his Q on them. But Meteor Hammer, you could push towers.
I feel like it's. I mean, I see why you would get it on him.
And it has. Hang on, I'm gonna look up the Meteor Hammer stats too. Stats.
Cause like even if you like try to 1v1 someone with him, if you lasso them and immediately start the channel,
exactly,
they're basically guaranteed to be hit by it.
Exactly, and pretty much dead. And apparently, Meteor Hammer has a 64.47 win rate on Dota buff.
I get Meteor Hammer sometime. Now,
the reason that I get it on Batrider all needs mana. He needs mana. Especially when you're stacking constant, just sticky napalm on them, and then you're using the flame break in order to knock heroes either closer to you or further away. You just constantly need mana, especially for even your ult. Your ult is like, I forget, like 125 mana just to use. And Meteor Hammer has 12 intelligence along with 1.5 mana regen. That's not bad. And especially, like, it's not an expensive item. And what else would you go on, like, Bat Rider besides the usual Force Staff and Blink? Because you need that mobility.
Yeah.
I've been...
You could go Kaya, I guess, maybe.
You could go Kaya. That would definitely, because you do have the talent on Bat Rider with the amplified damage. That's one of his first talents. So you get that amplified, and then you also go Kaya, and then Kaya, and then you have more mana regen plus amplified magic damage, which is also a good one. I might even try that. I'll, if I can, possibly pick up Meteor Hammer and Kaya, because then things would be really batshit crazy. That was a shitty joke. What is...
You could go Aethers.
I could go Aethers, yeah. I've seen that done. That one's not too bad.
Yeah, I don't play Bat Rider like at all. So.
Do you have any favorite thing to do that's kind of silly in Dota?
It used to be randoming.
I know they ruined that.
And then they changed that to only 10 heroes each week or each day or whatever it is.
Why? Like, why did they do that?
I don't know.
It doesn't make it any more fun. I feel like it doesn't really give you enough incentive to do it anymore.
I literally don't random at all anymore.
Maybe that's why they did it. They wanted to decrease the amount of randoms, I guess.
Why even have that as an option then?
Yeah, that's true. But do you have any favorite builds for, like, or just silly, stupid things that you do on heroes that might throw the game for your team, but you still have fun with?
Ag's Refresher Wraith King's always fun.
Now, see, you win games with that, though.
I have won a few games with it. I've also lost games doing that, though, because like I'm not building actual carry items.
Yeah, you just decide to go.
I'm just like, I want to be able to just die 7 more times.
See, I think that's the fun part about it. Like, just get Ag's Refresher and then get Roche, and then just keep living. Why not?
Blink Dagger Ag's Tusk is always fun too.
Oh yeah.
You just blink behind him and kick him.
Yeah, that one I feel that's just some silly, some silliness, because it's always fun to like see what those types of things do.
I don't really have too many like weird builds, I guess. I could probably think of some, but I don't do them a whole lot.
Yeah, no, I do a lot of them because I just like every now and then it's nice to see something silly work. Especially if we're winning, just fuck it, do something different.
I do kind of want to try Ag's Kunkka with the ship fleet, so that I just see people getting sucked into like 4 boats.
That would be hysterical. You're gonna have to try that one of these games.
I just want to see it.
Yeah. Every now and then I like to go kind of attack speed on a tanky hero, which nobody likes when I do. I've gone Tidehunter, Echo Saber, and then Mjolnir. And then
I remember that.
Yeah, and I've had games where like I've gotten like Moonshard on him, and he just like constantly hits, and it's hysterical. And it does damage, like, and
he does get that 250 damage.
Yeah, and he's really he's not bad right clicking late game. Obviously, this wouldn't be like an early game like decision, but I have gone it just to fuck around with it. I had a game once where we were winning and I went dataless on Tidehunter, just because. Yeah, and then there's just some silly stuff. Getting Dagon is always fun. Just for somebody. I've also found myself enjoying Necrobook a lot more lately. Because it's just fun to get for some reason, for me at least. I don't know why. I get it on, I think I had a game the other day where we won, and I had it on Lion. Just in Necrobook on Lion for no fucking reason. Because I think I had Blink Dagger, and then I had Mana Boots, or Arcane Boots, and then I think I went the Necrobook, and I ended up getting the Necro 3, and we ended up winning that game. And I had the plan from the start to go Necrobook, so it was, it ended up working in our favor, but just having more units.
More micro?
Yeah, every now and then micro's fun. Not when it is your own hero, because I could never play Meepo. But if you don't care about one of them dying, who gives a shit, That's why I like playing Naga, because you can send the illusions in. If an illusion dies, oh well.
Oh, yeah.
Sure they get gold, but it's less detrimental to your team.
It's not a whole lot. Yeah, it's not like a whole lot of gold that they get for it.
And another one that I kind of want to try again. I don't know if it'll work anymore with the new Tiny rework. I completely forgot about the Tiny rework where they gave him the tree. But I used to get Helm of the Dominator on Tiny.
Oh, yeah. So you have something to toss.
So I have something to toss at all times. And if you pick up a Centaur, toss the Centaur in, and then quickly tab and then Q, you can have basically like a long-range stun almost. Which is just silly sometimes to just mess with. Yeah, I've had games where I've just gone, just really dumb stuff, and it's fun to see. Pangolier, I did another one where you get Yule's Scepter, which I know I haven't been able to prove that it's decent because I suck at the combo. Because every time, like it has helped me like get out of fights, but it really hasn't. I haven't been able to use it because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to wheel in, stun. As soon as you stun, you Yules really quick. Then once you like drop down, it would end up stunning them again. And then you have the option to use the
Oh, because if you're still in your ball then?
Yeah, you're still in your ball when you're Yules.
Oh, okay.
So when you're up in the air, you come back down and you stun again. So it's really good for like team fights of like, maybe 3 heroes. Especially if one of them is normally like just like a right clicker or a melee and they can't really get away. They have like no escapes. But I haven't been able to demonstrate it because I suck at like the timing.
You can go invis when you're rolling around too, can't you?
Yep.
Like Shadow Blade or whatever.
What was interesting the other game that we had that we lost, sadly, we had the Mirana and she Mirana ulted while I was in ball.
Okay.
So the Mirana also made me invis. So there was a point in time they were just like taking our base, and I was just like rolling around, and they didn't see me because it doesn't break invis when I hit them.
Yeah.
So it's literally just invisible me. And what I kind of want to do is just like get like a Silver Edge or something, and just roll around in circles invisible.
I was gonna say, would that break them?
Oh, that's a good point.
That probably wouldn't work like that. I'm assuming.
I don't know.
Because you don't break out of the invis, so I feel like you wouldn't get the break on them.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to try it because I'm very interested to see, just to do silly stuff like that where they're just like la da 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 da, and then you just all of a sudden they're like, oh, what the fuck, like. That's the kind of stuff that's really funny.
Getting stunned for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what I really want to. I'll mess around with that maybe even later tonight if we play. Yeah, so Dota's fun every now and then.
Yeah.
Other days we get a Shadow Fiend that doesn't gank because that's not Shadow Fiend's job. Or Invokers It's not Invoker's job either. He doesn't have any spells that allow him to gank
Oh,
at all.
That guy was so funny though. Let me use a spell that won't stop them from diving us.
I'm gonna look at your Dota buff.
Oh, are they chasing me? Should I throw a tornado or a deafening blast to get them off of me?
No,
Here's an
ice
here's
wall.
An ice wall.
God.
Literally anything.
Literally anything would have been great.
Even like a meteor would have been better because it's, like that. They wouldn't be able to just run in a straight line after you like what they were doing.
I just want to say some people are not intelligent.
And that's coming from someone who doesn't really play Invoker well.
Same.
Even I would have been able to been like, okay, I need to do something like.
I would have queued up Tornado and then just Tornado. Like, Tornado is like such a good escape ability or setup ability. It's really, you can do whatever with it, but no, fucking ice wall. Jesus Christ. Some people on the internet are just the worst people to play with.
And we're some of them sometimes.
We are some of them sometimes. Oh, God. Well, I think that about does it for the podcast today. Thank you for listening. If you have any suggestions, be sure to leave a comment below if you're on YouTube, or you can even comment in SoundCloud, I believe. Yeah, you can comment on podcasts and stuff. Whatever. If you have a comment about this patch, or you have any other things that you want to discuss or want us to discuss, we'll probably be back again next week with more Payday 2. Or with Payday 2, not more Payday 2. We haven't even discussed Payday 2.
Or have we?
I don't fucking know, dude. But we'll have some more episodes and more podcasts available in the future. Thanks, Austin, for coming in and talking about our favorite game.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah. Now I think we might end up playing Dota tonight. We're probably going to do that. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a pleasant holiday. We will release, because I think, the next podcast is going to be on the 24th. So maybe we'll do a Christmas themed one. Who knows? Or maybe we'll do the Payday one. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Maybe Austin will be there. He'll be the co-host and all that good stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. Well, bye, everybody.
Goodbye.